terms of stewardship, something that came to mind is on the social side. We need to incorporate our communities into the workings of our facilities, especially wind turbine facilities. So one thing that has happened, or an example of something that has happened in South Africa, is having training the community in identifying the type of birds that are within the area. So if a bird, what in the training, what we'll do is that you'll take a layman, so someone from the community, train them to see, okay, what type of bird it is, the wingspan, the beak, everything. So if that bird comes around the turbine, so your bird watchers, when that birds come around the turbine, they'll alert someone from control to shut down the turbine to prevent the turbine from colliding with the bird. So I feel like these are some of the, yes, I know the technology is advancing, and some of the technologies like identify flights is coming into phase where you use sensors to identify these birds. But I think because these technologies are still a bit further from being implemented, we can still use human resource to counterpart. So some of the strategies that have been seen or viewed in South Africa is shutdown on demand. So what shutdown on demand means is that if there's anything wrong with the turbine, or that's centered around the turbine, then there is a shutdown. So it can either be a technical failure or anything. Maybe there's a temperature failure where it might cause the turbine to probably explode. So it might cause some sort of technical failure. So with that, it stops the turbine from having any environmental impacts. So if there's an explosion, it will cause some sort of scrap materials that can be spread around the environment. Or if there's a blade that is dysfunctional, that blade can land into the environmental side or in our ground. And one thing about our blades, we know that we cannot recycle them right now, and that will cause environmental problem because we don't know what to do with them. It's still one of the decisions that we are going through, as South Africa hasn't had decommissioning in South Africa, and now in terms of that, we don't know how to sort of recycle the components of the turbine. So this will, the components of the turbine. So basically, this is the space that we're moving into in seeing how we can recycle these products. So from the turbine towers to the blades, which is the blade is where it's the one that is the biggest problem, because it's microfiber, and we cannot microfiber, wood, plastic. There's a lot that is in there. So 95% of the turbine can be recycled, but the blade parts cannot be recycled. So yeah, that's where it has to fit into the environment. So now we're trying to find strategies where the 100% of the turbine can be recycled or can be reused, which will aid in environmental friendly solutions.